Hello, I am David W. Parker. This is Programming Today I Learned, episode 21 of the React series. We're going to be looking at TypeScript today, just like we looked at FlowType yesterday. TypeScript is also a type superset of JavaScript that compiles to plain JavaScript. You can check out the documentation at typestrictlang.org. We're going to be following along with the handbook /React and Webpack tutorial. It has a few errors in it though, so follow along and we'll see what's going on. Note that we're not using create React app for this application because they do not use that within their handbook. So following along here, just the package.json, we're installing React as well as type definitions for React and React DOM. These are for TypeScript because TypeScript will check it within this subdirectory for types if they are not already present within a package itself. So it'll use types from here, and if they're not present, it'll check under @types/React. So we installed those as well. We also installed awesome TypeScript loader for Webpack, the source map loader for JavaScript, and TypeScript itself as our dev dependencies. Our TypeScript config.json, tsconfig.json, has a few options that are defined. We have an output directory of ./dist, which you'll see here, that's created by Webpack. Source map we are using, we're not allowing implicit any's within our definitions of our TypeScript objects. We're using CommonJS for our modules, ES5, React. One thing that the thing is missing, we're using include here, that was in there, but the tutorial did not have files or exclude. If you don't exclude node modules, you will end up with duplicate error. So we are excluding those. Next up, we have our Webpack config. Everything in here is the same as the tutorial. We're just having an entry point of index, output into bundle and dist. We have a nice, so we are using source map. We're making sure to include TypeScript and TypeScript for JSX. We're using the awesome TypeScript loader for TSX, TypeScript JSX files, source map for JS files, and externally having React and React DOM. In our index HTML, we will have those as dependencies included there, and then the bundle will be everything else. Within here we have components, and we'll have the index, which will just look like every other kind of file. We have some errors here via Atom, but they're not really errors in our application. So we have a couple classes here, one for hello and our components, and one for hello class. We'll look at each of them. We'll start with hello class, and we can see we're passing in a couple different props of compiler, TypeScript, and framework React. So let's go ahead and just look at that first. As you can see here, we have this interface of hello props that has two different strings, and they're both required because we just like flow, we don't have a question mark here. And what we're going to do is export this hello class, giving it the hello props as its TypeScript types that are expected. So when we go ahead and build this with just Webpack, you can see we get it built here, and we're just going to use HTTP server, some lazy. So you can see it displays fine here. If we go ahead and stop that though, and we go ahead and change this back to this one right here without framework being required, framework being included, excuse me, and we run Webpack, you'll see just like flow, there was an expected property that was here, or was not present, so you can see that that ends up blowing things up. So what we could do to fix that is adding the optional question mark here, and then running Webpack again, and it should just build fine now. So now if we wanted to run this again, you can see it loads up and it works just fine. And so this is with a class, and similar to flow and just regular JSX, we can also have stateless functional components. So here we don't use class at all. We don't have this dot, etc., etc. We have the same interface as we had in the other file, so it's optional, and you can see how this all works. So if we go ahead and just throw that up in Webpack, and we load it, you'll see it loads just fine. Again, with the optional, we have framework as being optional right now. If we decide to suddenly make it required and we run Webpack, we'll see we get the error that we're expecting. So that's it for this episode. We'll just keep it short on TypeScript. If you want to dig deeper, check out the documentation. If you like what you saw today, please subscribe to our channel, like the video, share on social media if you will, and check out ProgrammingTIL.com and sign up for my newsletter. Thank you all. See you next time, and have a great day.